ever walk your dog and contemplate the meaning of life while in the walk? And I had to go back home and write it down instantly before I forgot, and after much writing, this is what I came up with. So we think life has no meaning sometimes when you're feeling down or you're feeling sad, which then makes life bleak and meaningless. And then you start pondering on your life, like, what is it? Like, is it getting the best relationship and living it to the fullest and just enjoying it? And when you don't have that relationship, you feel really heartbroken and you feel like you're not going to find that one, and you feel sad, and you look at all your friends and they're having so much fun with their others, and you're like that third wheel or the plus one, which I don't think people should really feel that way. And yes, having a significant other makes you feel whole, makes you feel happy, but that is only for the moment. I think you have to have something personal, dedicated specifically to you to feel whole. We as people, as unique as we are, we have to have our own subject we can like focus on, because then we'll be obsessed on our partner and put a lot of pressure on our partner when they don't want to like hang out with you. They want to be with themselves. And I think that's important, being with yourself and knowing what you like and just doing what you do and not always being with your other person. That is important. It gives you independence. And secondly, those graduations, those stepping stones, whether you graduated, you got your diploma, it feels amazing. It feels great to succeed. And graduations and all these achievements, I'm not saying they're not a big deal, but they're like one stepping stone of realizing who you really are, what subjects you like, what jobs you like, and expanding on it. Keep pursuing that job, keep pursuing school, keep pursuing whatever your goal or interest is, or letting it go, even though it may be hard, even though it might hurt you or your parents or your significant other, that you're going to change route and do what you really love. That's okay. You tried it, you didn't like it, let it go. But the point is to always give it a go, give it a try if it's something new, if it's something different. People start focusing on their appearances as well. If you don't fit that criteria on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, and you say you don't look good, and then you're trying to look good and you put all these outfits on and you're posing, and yeah, looking good is good, but it's only for yourself, like making yourself feel good because of you. Not everybody out there, people that are attractive are obviously going to get amazing results. Amazing people are gonna reach out. With people's charisma, you could totally get far. And everyone is, I think, is good looking in their way. Like, you want to distress and find a way to get rid of all that negative thinking of life and why are you here and what's the meaning of it all. Also, taking care of our body and implementing exercise to clear the mind and clear any emotional baggage, letting it go and feeling the progress that you are doing with your cardio work, with anything, because feeling uncomfortable when you're working out is part of it all. Because people may not like running, people may not like lifting weights, but it's important for the body to get moving. You can't just be stagnant, you can't just be sitting. Get outside. I mean, a lot of people are vitamin D deficient. For me, it was running. Running was something I hated. Never thought I would run 5Ks or anything at all. And I just like to walk. I'm more of a walker, you know. That is something that I conquered. I actually get up and run alone. I always like to have a running partner, but when I don't, I really get into it. And once I'm done, I feel so fulfilled. I feel so great. It feels so good to be taking care of your body. Not only that, but just exercising and getting moving and getting going. It's important to figure out what you like and what you don't like. I love lifting weights. I love exercising. Not for everybody else, but for myself, because I feel like that distresses me, that relaxes me, and it gets me in a state of just being. And sometimes we are not in a state of being, and we are in social media all the time, which distracts you from trying to figure out that underlying question. Why are we here? What are we doing? And sometimes we can't get to the point. We're never going to know what life really means until we live it to the fullest. I think that life has no meaning until you actually give it meaning. Oh my god, that's deep, right? Everyone is currently living it. Everyone is living, and if you're living, you have meaning. It has meaning. You just have to find the meaning in life. Like, is it to make an impact on others? Is it to be the greatest engineer? Is it to be the greatest wrestler, boxer, artist you can be? Or is it just being a mom? Or is it just being a cook? There's so many amazing things you can just be or do or have a specific goal, but it's going to always change. The meaning of life is never going to be stagnant, because we are never going to be stagnant, and life always has different chapters like a book, except our book doesn't have an end until we pass away, and it's always going to be changing as we change. Come up with the conclusion. It only has a specific meaning to you and a specific meaning to me. So in this video, what I've said, you may not think that what I said is right, but it was just an amazing video to make because I like to think about these things. Even though I'm not high, I didn't do any weed or anything, but it's things that we should think about while we're walking or just being in a present moment with our dogs. The littlest things can also give life meaning. Like having a pet makes you feel so fulfilled. Raising a pet, being responsible for a pet, and looking at him grow up. And dogs specifically are always so happy. Never hold grudges. And I learned from him, like, whoa, like look at his life. Like we could step on him or hurt him by accident, and he forgives us. He forgets everything and he moves on. Every moment is now for him, so the past is gone. I think if we didn't dwell on our past and lived in our present, we would be more fulfilled as people. Even though we're not succeeding, even if we're failing, even we're just gonna be being in the now, in the moment, and enjoying like whatever it is, a sunset, going to the beach, are things that really make me feel good and make you feel whole. Just the beauty itself in the world and the kindness you bring to others or give to others is the most fulfilling thing ever in the world. You don't have to figure it all out because you never will, and life is just like that. The more you try to figure out what the meaning of life is, the more you're going to stress yourself out, because there's a lot of shit going on in life. Life is crazy and chaotic. Life is traumatic. Life is challenging. You have your losses, you have your breakups, you have your pain, but that is everything you have to know, like to learn and to figure out what your own meaning of life is. Without those, you wouldn't even have the contrast. So I think that it's important to get many perspectives, all views. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about. And if you like this video, give it a like. And also don't forget to subscribe.